Hi, this is Troy over at Wooden Wonders. Have you ever had a situation where you've had wood that had cracks, that had knots, things like that, but were too deep to just put regular wood putty in? For example, pieces like this where you've got a big knot, a crack, generally anything over 1/8 of an inch thick or more, I will fill with epoxy instead of regular putty. And here's how I do it. So what I've done is after I get the wood all prepped, which means that every knot or crack or whatever, I have cleaned out with an awl to try to get all the loose particles off of there. You're going to want to do that no matter what. If I have areas where I have a crack or a hole that goes through to the bottom, I will use tuck tape, which is a great product, and that will not allow resin to stick to it. So I'll use that. I've got that on the bottom because this hole goes all the way through, so if I'm pouring things in there, it's just going to pour out. So that's why you see I have it there. If the crack also goes along here, I will wrap that up so it will dam it up, so when the resin goes in there and hardens, it'll be all set to go. So what I've done is I prepped my slab. This is a hickory slab that I prepped all the way to 80 grit. And then what I will do is go through and I will circle with chalk all the areas that I'm going to want to hit with that. Again, those are areas that are a little bit thicker than 1/8 of an inch or more. What I found that regular putty wood that will do, which I use the damp plastic wood putty quite often for smaller things. But if you go too darn deep with that, after a while it sinks down. Then you have a little depression that goes down. Okay, so what I've done is I've mixed my pieces together. The A and the B, and then I also have put the pigment in there and I've mixed it, and basically it's kind of the consistency of putty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my different areas and I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to make sure it's well mixed up. And I'm going to pour in these holes, in these crevices. So here I'm going to go get through there, and I'm going to have it work its way into that. So I kind of take different areas at a time, making sure that previously I circled the areas so I don't miss anything as I'm going through. And depending on how deep these cracks are, you know, it will do. So here I go with that. I've got a nice spot in here. I'm not going to go too hot. And then I'm going to go just lightly. And you'll see I go enough that it will get a little more liquidy and it will fill in all the cracks. It gets through everything. The goal is I don't want this to stand out. I want to have this look like it is the knot filled in. So any tabletop that I do, whether it be a coffee tabletop, a dining tabletop, end table, whatever, is I will do a series of this kind of thing. And I will go from this area to that area, to that area, to that area. I'll go back. Again, I got less than 5 minutes to work at this. And I'll just go through. This gets hot after a while, so it gets a bit more liquidy, but I'll see some bubbles coming through there. And I want to go through and just pop them. I have various areas started throughout in here. I'm going to continue this process. I'm going to hit various areas till I get it full and over like it is over here. At that point, I'll wait at least an hour, sometimes a little bit more than that. And then I'll take my belt sander at a 40 grit and I will belt sand those areas so they are nice and flat. I'll then continue my sanding from 80 all the way up to 120 to 220 to 600, and then begin my finishing process. But that is the way that I will finish all of my tables. I'll use different colored resins, of course, to mimic what the knot looks like, or if there's different colors. Sometimes I'll use accent colors, but more often than not, I'll use something that'll harmonize and make it look like it's a knot and never was a hole in that area. So that's the goal. So hopefully that helps you. Subscribe to our channel if you would, please. Leave comments below. Hit the notification buttons if you'd like to get more videos like this. And again, working on one today, thought it'd be nice for you guys and gals to take a look and see what I'm doing. So basically, this is how I prep, and thanks for watching.